Hi guys, in today's video we are going to paint this beautiful painting in simple 5 steps. So let's get started. And now let's see the requirements of this painting. Here in the first step we are going to paint the beautiful galaxy sky. So we need these two colors, purple and pink. And I mixed these two colors to have this beautiful shade of pink. And using my makeup brush I am applying the color on the top of the canvas. For this galaxy night sky painting, we need a dark shade of pink on the top of the canvas. So when we are going in the middle part of this canvas, we need a lighter shade of pink. So I have been mixing the color white to it to have a light shade of pink. So later when we goes even down to the canvas, so we need a more light shade of pink. So we need to mix more white and a little pink to it to have a very light shade of pink. So here I am doing this. So here you can see I am mixing the light shade of pink. So we have to have a very beautiful and smooth gradation of pink for our night sky. So I am going to layering more and more paint to have a very smooth background for the beautiful galaxy night sky. This dark to light shade of pink color will give the impression of night sky. So also in the top of the canvas we need a very dark shade of pink. So I mix the color black to it to have a very dark shade of pink. Now I take my toothbrush, this old toothbrush, and dip the toothbrush in the paint and I'm going to splash it gently on the canvas. So we have to keep in your mind that we need to give a space between our hand and the surface of the canvas to have a very little amount of stars. So for our galaxy sky painting we should have a clusters of stars. So I'm going too near to the canvas surface and splash it on this canvas. So when we do this we will have a very large amount of clusters of stars. So we have to be gentle at the same time. Here I mix the white color with little water to dilute this to have a very light pigment of the white color. So here I paint the moon. Here I paint a small circle and also make sure that the paint is very light pigment. Here I just blend the edges of the circle to have a very soft edges so we can have a glowing effect of the moon. So once it dried completely, I am going to add a thick consistency of paint. So this time I didn't mix any water to my paint. I am adding the thick consistency of the white color to have the very correct shape of the moon. So here I am painting the moon. So later I am going to fill the moon and later we need to do some details on the moon surface. So it is completely optional. I just mix the color pink with white and I am just painting some details here. And now let's move to the third step, forest. So we are going to fill the entire area here in black and later we are going to paint some trees in this place. As it is a night painting, we don't need to paint the forest in greenish color. That here we are using the color black as it is dark in the night. Here you can see I paint some straight lines using my liner brush. So this straight lines will be the trunk of our trees. So here I paint some longer lines to have a very long and tall trees. I want to thank the person who gave me this beautiful idea while I was asking in my Instagram about new ideas and suggestion for my pink landscape painting, and someone came up with this beautiful idea. Here I paint some strokes here to indicate that is the branch of the tree and leaves of the trees. So I am using the liner brush here. So you also know that we can paint trees in a multiple way using different types of brush. So we can paint trees like this using our liner brush, or even we can use detailing brush, or also we can also use the flat brush to paint trees like this. Is completely optional how you paint these trees. So people follow different types of method to paint trees like this. So here you can see I am using my flat brush to paint trees. All we need is a basic shape of the tree, that's enough. So you can use any brush you feel comfortable with. I use this old brush with the damaged bristles. It's work like a magic. All I need to do is just tip the brush and let's dab it on this canvas, and it will give the beautiful effect of branches or leaves in the tree. So I use this brush almost in all my paintings to paint branches or leaves. So it is really wonderful. So if you don't have brush like this, you can also use your flat brush, but here you have to remember that don't tip too much of water into your flat brush, and just use the brush when it's totally dry, and use this method and it gives the same result. Here you can see I didn't block the entire area while painting the leaves. Still you can see the background is visible. So make sure while painting leaves like this. Now let's paint the camping fire. As you know, the background color is very dark. The color we put here is going to be very bright. So here I just apply the color. Once it dried completely, I am going to add another layer of color on it. Now let it dry completely. Until then, let's paint the reflection of the fire in the trees. So here I use the same orange color. Here I mix the color grey for the another side of the tree. Now let's add the second layer on the fire. So here I use the same orange color and I paint the shape of a fire. Here I am going to just blend the out edges of the fire so we can have a very glow effect. And don't forget to paint the reflection of the fire in the leaves on the trees. So here you can see I am using my liner brush to paint this. Once the orange hue in the leaves, trees and the fire are completely dry, we are going to add a yellow color again on this layer. So here you can see I am applying the color yellow on the trunk of the tree. Here you can see I am applying the very beautiful shade of yellow on the top of the orange layer. So here you can see I am going to just blend the out edges of the fire so that we can have a very beautiful effect of glowing. To paint the woods, we are going to mix the color orange with a little bit black and white to have a beautiful shade of brown. And here I am using my liner brush and painting the woods. Here I am applying the color yellow on the top of the wood. As we all know, the wood also reflects the color of the fire. So I am applying the color yellow on the top of the wood. And now let's paint some sparkles around the fire. In the final step, we are going to paint the tent. So you know that the background color is black. So I am using the color white so that the color we are going to use later will become really vibrant. If you liked my tutorial and you found it really helpful, then make sure to subscribe to my channel and also follow me in my Instagram to know all my regular updates. To paint the tent, first I am applying the color yellow. So here I am using the round brush and applying the color yellow. Later I am going to add the color yellow and orange and I am applying the color here. and I blend it smoothly. So later I'm going to apply the color orange here. Now let's add some details on the tent. For the final touch, we are applying the color orange in the ground, and later we are going to add some grass here to paint the individual strands of grass where I am applying some strokes here to have this effort. This is the final look of our painting. I really love this painting, and let me know in the comment section how much you like this painting. I will meet you guys with another beautiful painting. Until then, have fun with colors.